First time Florida universities will get some money based on how successful they are. A $20 million incentive plan was just approved by lawmakers. The money will be doled out to colleges based on how many graduates are employed and how much those graduates are making. UCF is tops in the state. They're going to get $2.6 million. Governor Rick Scott is here to talk more about this new initiative and other issues around the state. Governor, always great to see you. Thanks for coming in today.
It's great to see you. This is outstanding what they're doing. We put money in the budget this year to say, look, what's it cost per degree? Think about when you're going to school. What's it going to cost me? When I finish, do I have a job? Do I make more money? So that's exactly what this did, and the money was allocated, and UCF was the leader in this. But what's it cost per degree? Do you walk out with a job? Do you make more money?
How do you think that money is going to influence the way universities do their jobs?
Well, my goal is we continue to increase that. This is the first time we've ever done it. We did it both for our state colleges and our universities. It'll get our universities to think about what type of degrees are we, providing. Let's make sure we educate our students on, what type of degrees should they be getting. Where are the jobs? Focus on helping our students get jobs. All this ties into getting to my 700,000 job goal, which we're a little over halfway there.
Let's talk about the budget here very quickly. We'll get back to your jobs in just a second. Our state has an $800 million budget surplus, and it could be a lot higher than that. A lot of people debating about what to do with that money. What do you think is the best thing to do with that surplus?
Well, I want to put $500 million back in your hands. I want to put it back in families' hands. We've had a dramatic turnaround in our state. We've had historic investments in education, historic investments in transportation, historic investments in the environment. The next $500 million should go back in your hand. That's why I'm doing this It's Your Money tour across the state. This afternoon we'll be at Valencia College, the East Campus, and we'll get your ideas. Should it reduce fees? In 2009, the state increased the fees for getting a license. Should it help our businesses by reducing their business tax? All these different ideas, both families and businesses are giving me.
Everybody's lining up right now to get some of that money. We've seen the stories. The teachers say, well, how about some money for education? Some say roads. Would it be best, though, to just set that money aside for a rainy day? Because, hey, we could have a bad economy again in the future here.
Sure. We've paid down basically $3.5 billion worth of state debt in the last 2.5 years and completely paid off the unemployment debt we owed the federal government of $3.5 billion. We've had a dramatic turnaround in our state. When you give the money back to either businesses or families, what do? They keep building up the economy. In the month of July, the private sector added 34,000 jobs in our state. You put money back in families' hands, businesses' hands, they'll spend it and keep building our economy.
One thing that you've talked about numerous times is the state of Florida adding thousands of jobs, but a report by our news partners at the Orlando Sentinel points out that a lot of the jobs, especially here in Central Florida, are mostly lower-paying jobs. Does that concern you, and how do we get more high-paying jobs here in Central Florida?
Well, here's the way I thought about to turn around our economy. First, we should be #1 in tourism. That's why we dramatically increased our funding for tourism to market our state. We've gone from 82 million tourists before I became governor to last year 91 million. We're on track for 94, 95 million tourists. That's a lot of jobs in our state. We've dramatically increased funding for our ports. This year we'll spend $278 million around our ports. Those are nice, high-paying jobs. And, we're the gateway to Latin America. We've got the Panama Canal expansion. Those are going to be nice jobs going forward. And we got rid of the sales tax on machinery and equipment, so we're going to get more manufacturing jobs, which are consistent, good jobs, good careers.
And one